Hey guys, who's joining us from where? Can we start sharing, please? Are you Vishal sir's wife? Yes, I am. We have people from Chennai. We have people from where? Can you please comment, guys? Who's joining us from where this evening? Is my voice audible? Oh yes, I am. We have people from Himachal, Goregaon, Chennai. Welcome to this episode, guys. The markets are on a good run. I hope it's going well with you. Trend following trading, options trading, swing trading, intraday trading, whatever it is that you guys are doing, I hope you're doing it consistently well. And this is the topic of our talk today of how consistency is related to trading and how one helps you get better with the other. Guys, I hope you are as excited as I am. Pro Trader Talks, the intention of Pro Trader Talks is to give you that edge on the mindset that is so much required to be successful as a trader and investor. I know a lot of times we focus on systems and methods and strategies, but ultimately, if there's one thing that really is beneficial and really helps you make money in the long term, it's by focusing on mindset. And mindset is not something that you can focus on just, it's not just a week study, or it's not a days or a month or a year study. It takes years altogether to focus on it. And only when you do it consistently, week after week, month after month, you try to adapt to a new practice and stick to practicing it every single month. And that's how you develop consistency, making your mindset the way it has to be done by reaching to the top of the there's something that we teach in our 1 year program called Trader Success Pyramid, right? And the pyramid begins from laying the foundation and goes all the way to the top. And guess what? The block at the top is called the voice block. That's where you reach, where you are so connected to your own self that your emotions do not come in the way of you becoming a successful trader. Yes, I'm reading your book. Just want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you. Thank you a lot. For those of you who haven't read, go to malkanbook.com, order yourself a copy of hashtag cash tags, because that's where we talk about mindset also, apart from talking about your tools, your systems, and your risk management into trading. Right? So, guys, let's jump straight into the topic for today, which is consistency in trading and consistency in investing. Right? So, to begin with, कंसिस्टेंसी को दो तरीके से let's study here at the beginning: consistency in your life and consistency in trading, which means that this is a key factor. If you observe your life and observe trading very closely, you'll come to know that it applies at both the places. You know, where in your life does consistency show up? It shows up in a way where, do you place your New Year's resolution, and then you, maybe the most common resolution that most of us have on the New Year is to get healthier and fitter in the new year, right? And that's where we enroll to the gym, sign up for nutritionists, etc. And then what happens when you begin it in the beginning of January, and by the end of maybe March or April or even June, you don't even know what a gym is? That's consistency in your resolutions. Or how many of us attend seminars and workshops and webinars where at the beginning, I mean, after completing, at the beginning when we begin our new life, we're so excited. And then in the end, I mean, as weeks and months pass, what happens is we lose focus of what we learned, and the entire thing just becomes a notebook in the cupboard without any application, without any implementation, right? That's where consistency in learning. And third, where you see consistency is where a lot of times when you're affected by negative thoughts, you make it a resolution. Up say I'll start thinking positive, but as time goes by, as you keep meeting negative people, their energies take over, and then it's gone. That's consistency in thinking. And fourth, and a very important one, is you make good amount of money on a particular trade, right? And you are very happy, very fulfilled, excited, and then I mean, the whole thing fades away when you start making losses one after the other. एक बड़ा प्रॉफिट ट्रेड होता है, फिर लॉसेस होते हैं, फिर वापस एक बड़ा ट्रेड होता है, फिर वापस लॉसेस होने लगते हैं. Have you ever experienced that? I mean, in options trading, you take a couple of trades, it goes well, and then again you lose focus, you end up making silly mistakes, and you lose all of the money that you made in those two trades. That is lack of consistency in trading. These are the four different ways, in real life and in trading, where your lack of consistency shows up. So, especially you're talking about consistency in trading, When you make money, when you do really well, when you're going through bouts of success, you may feel great, you may feel systems are working, right? But then when you start making losses, what happens is you start the blame game. You think that the money that was made, that was a real you, and the losses that are happening, that is because market sahi nahi ja raha hai, market sideways hai, there's no trend, there's chop offs happening. You start giving reasons, you start blaming the market, blaming the broker, blaming anyone and everybody else for your inconsistency of making money. Especially for those who are trying to make a career out of trading and investing, there could be no better way to get consistent than focusing on your mindset, because you need consistency. Without being consistent in making money, it is very difficult to think of trading and investing as a full time career, right? So that's what it is. So before we get started, let's understand how do you first begin by getting a consistent mindset in trading. अगर आप ट्रेडिंग को वो नजरिए से देखोगे that it can be a business that can generate me consistent returns, only then you are ready to accept the consistent returns that the market gives you. If in your mind you begin by thinking कि यार market तो gamble है, it's in the end it's a zero sum game, let me try making consistent money, it's not going to be possible. How are you thinking your trading and investing business as? Are you thinking it as some kind of random action? कि कभी कभी बढ़ता है, कभी कभी कम होता है, sometimes I make profit, sometimes I lose, or are you really taking it as a business to understand, and a business and a profession, sorry, to understand that, there's a lot of times me and Vishal talk about this characteristic of what a business and a profession is, to understand how trading can be one. Let's understand that. You must have heard it earlier, but this is worth repeating again. So listen to this carefully for those of you listening for the first time. अगर आप बिजनेस कोई भी बिजनेस शुरू करते हो, चाहे ये सपोज ये पेन बनाने का बिजनेस है, what typically happens into a business? मुझे ये पेन बनानी है, I will get all the raw materials that I need to get to make this pen. I will process all the raw materials into my machinery, my production, and जो बाहर final output आएगा उसको मैं market में बेचूंगी, right? The profit that I will earn is जो भी cost मैंने spend किया है raw material का, labor का, factory setup का, वो सब cost I'll deduct from my revenue, and that's my profit. That's how the business is. Now, the whole business, once I set up, the whole business runs its own. Is there anything I have to do to keep interfering into the business, except then making it more better? Nothing else, right? It goes on its own. The factories keep working on its own. The unit buys raw materials, production hota hai, sales hote hai, right? So I don't have to think about how to innovate every day. I don't have to think about that. Once it's said, it's said. So over the time, don't you think that ये पेन बनाना एक बोरिंग चीज हो गई है? The business becomes boring over a period of time. इसमें कोई क्रिएटिविटी नहीं है. अगर उसे मैं कंसिस्टेंटली मंथ आफ्टर मंथ, ईयर आफ्टर ईयर करूंगी, तभी मेरा बिजनेस प्रॉफिटेबल होगा. It'll come out from the break even and go profitable. Now, if you want to make trading as a business, you have to see to it that how can you be consistent. And that's when you realize, guys, that consistency is being boring. When you feel that trading is boring, that's where you realize that you have been consistent with it. When you feel that वही system है, आप बार बार उसी को दोहरा रहे हो, the same system has यहाँ पे buy करना है, यहाँ पे stop loss लगाना है, ये trigger होगा तो मेरा sell करना है, यहाँ पे आएगा तो I have to book my profit. If your system is telling you, giving you these 4 to 5 points, and you are consistently over and over again applying these 4 points and making money out of it, eventually you start getting bored. You start feeling कि ये क्या है? I'm not doing anything creative. There's no excitement. There's no thrill. You're doing the same thing over and over again. That's how the business of trading works. It has to be boring. You remember the difference between subjective and objective, right? Businesses objective होते हैं, वहां पे there's no subjectivity. So if your trading is moving towards objectivity, understand that you are getting closer to consistency in business. And the same is with profession. Take the profession of a lawyer. I mean, I've been there. How does it work? You have to apply the same principles of law to every situation that arises, and you have to work. I mean, you can't invent new things. You can't be creative there. There's no excitement, there's no thrill. The same is with the doctor. If the doctor has to operate on the eye, if there's an eye surgery, it's the same process that's repeated to every patient. There's no creativity there. Then how come we see creativity in trading and we think that you're going to generate great returns every single time? इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि आप इनपुट अलग अलग डालते जाते हो और आपको चाहिए कि आउटपुट आपको एक ही मिले. What are the inputs in trading? How do you trade? Sometimes आपने suppose आज Reliance के options का trade लिया based on the options mastery pro challenge जो चल रहा है, इसमें we discussed you took that Reliance trade based on the pro challenge trade setup in options mastery. Next trade you took up in a trend following system, कोई अच्छा दिख गया, चलो इसका ADX अच्छा, let me take that. Next you took आपके बाजू वाले ने बताया यार this Copra is doing really well, you should buy this, you bought that. Next आपने न्यूज़पेपर में कोई न्यूज़ पढ़ी, कोई स्टॉक के बारे में, you feel that yes, Bank of Baroda is good, I should buy that. Your inputs are different. Some stocks on options about a technical analysis, some with news, rumors, inside information, gossip. You want to, if you enter every trade with a different input, you cannot expect the same output with every trade because your inputs are different. मैं अलग अलग input डालूंगी pen में, my product, my finished product will be different. It will not be the same pen. So that's how it is. So what are your inputs into the business of trading? That's what you need to understand first. If you need to understand how an objective business works and how you can move towards a more consistent business of trading and investing. Just that initial shift in the mindset that you want to move towards objectivity is the first key to develop consistency into your trading business. Once you have that, then you will. I'm just going to show you 4 simple steps. These are extremely simple, guys, but the only way to start beginning to apply these steps is to open your mindset that I want to move towards objective trading. I want to systematize my trading in a way that my trading becomes consistent with the inputs I feed into my trading business every single day. It's as simple as that. I know it sounds very simple, or many of you would be thinking, कि इतना simple होता तो a lot of people would be making money. Guys, the truth is that it is simple. What is not simple is to get the right psychology to apply it consistently. That's the only thing that makes it different, nothing else, right? So let's begin. I'm going to be sharing 4 simple steps for you to apply consistency into the business of trading and investing. Trust me, guys, whatever tools that you learn on, developing the right mindset, so many of them are dependent upon your consistent application of those tools, right? Tools तो बहुत ही अच्छे हैं सारे. Almost all the tools are good, but the difference lies in how consistently you're applying them. That's all, right? So point number 1 is, guys, you need to be consistent in your time management. Time management comes first because a lot of activities that we do as traders are just not warranted, and we are whiling away our time doing a lot of other things, watching social media, watching news channels. All this has a very direct impact on the way you're thinking. If you want to apply this really consistently, you need to do a lot of studies, you need to do a lot of reading, and that can be done because over a period of time, when I'm trying to coach people into making money from stock markets, लोगों को बहुत इच्छा होती है बहुत सारा सीखने की और ज्यादा इच्छा होती है बहुत सारा अप्लाई करने की, but there's one thing I've seen in people which is really a big impediment to them moving forward is their time management. They're all over the place. It doesn't happen that way. As it is with success in other businesses, even in this business of trading and investing, time is your key. How well you're managing time will show your craftsmanship and how good you are into this business of trading. That's number 1, guys. Number 2 is your reflection. Reflection means आप अपने आप से self से कैसे reflection करते हो, मतलब how are you thinking about your own self. And when it comes to reflection, guys, these 3 things, these 3 questions are extremely important for you to ask yourself every single day. Question number 1, who is it that I want to become? Who's the kind of person that you want to become? What does that person look like? Suppose if I say I want to become Larry Williams, he's a great trader of our times. I know that I'm looking at so and so character traits. A person who is successful, a person who is brilliant at his research, a person who has really mastered his mindset, and a person who is a great trainer and a coach. If I say I want to be like Dr. Thap, he's a person who has really mastered psychology. Who is it that you want to become? If you are seeing people around you who could be anything, some people are really those kind of lot who have no control over their attitude. Some people are short tempered, or whatever it is, the kind of people around you are, eventually their character roles will take over you unless and until you define whom do you want to become. What kind of person do you want to become? That's the first thing you need to ask yourself. You need to go into reflection mode every single day. Second question you want to ask is how do I want my interactions to be like? With your loved ones, with your people around you. How do I want to behave with them? What should my interaction with them look like? That's the second question. Third and the most important question is what kind of trader do I want to become? मुझे किस तरीके का ट्रेडर बनना है? Do I want to become this kind of investor who invests for longer term? Do I want to become a great skillful options trader? Do I want to become a swing trader? Your attributes, your qualities will define the kind of trader you become. Every trader cannot do every kind of trading. I for one could never do intraday trading, but I'm brilliant with trend following systems and trading on a longer time frame. हर एक की अपनी अपनी पर्सनालिटी होती है, वो हिसाब से एक हर एक वो हिसाब से ट्रेडर बनता है. So what kind of trader do you want to become? When I got started into stock markets, which was around 13 years ago, when I moved from corporate law into stocks, my first interaction with the markets is I used to go to the retail office of Kotak Securities with Vishal, where he used to take me, where he was a broker, there was a broker there. We used to sit there where all the retail people used to come and trade. And for any of you who's been to a stock trader's office, stock broker's office where you have retail public coming in, I mean, some of them are really crude to the crudest of behavior. And when I used to see them shouting and screaming and crying and laughing, the whole exhilarated emotions used to come up and down. It used to terrify me. And this was one thing that I decided, whatever it is, if I'm here, I'm not going to be like them. This is not who I want to become. That was thrill and excitement and exhilaration to the bare level. You could see the emotions out there. So what is it that defines you as a trader? What kind of pose do you want to exhibit? What kind of person, what is the outcome that you want out of trading and investing? That's a very important reflection that you could be ever doing as a trader investor. And ask yourself, and once you define yourself as the kind of trader you want to become, the kind of investor you want to become, you will see that all your actions and habits fall into place accordingly. That's a huge reflection, guys. So that's the second point. The third point is you need to assess yourself. Once on the path of consistency, you need to start assessing. Chalo, I'm starting to be consistent from the first week of December. Let the December month go by. January, 1st of January, sit with your assessment journal. How consistent was I last month? Where did I flaw the rules? Where did I, skip it? Where did I not follow? Which are the areas? And it includes everything, guys. It's just not trading. It includes your identity. It includes your relationship. It includes your health, your fitness, your nutrition, everything. How consistent are you? Because unless and until आप assessment नहीं करोगे, you will not come to know where you are going and how you're progressing. Whatever gets measured gets improved. It's as simple as that. You need to measure how consistent you are getting on this path every single month by month. If you feel it's difficult for you, do it week by week, but pay as close attention to monitoring as possible. That's important. And fourth one is my favorite one, which is journaling. As a trader, you need to journal every single day. It amazes me the kind of time people spend on analysis, the kind of time they spend in front of the screen for 6 hours straight. But as soon as the market is shut, they shut the screen and move away without journaling their trades. It's horrifying to see that, because without journaling, it's the same thing here. Whatever gets measured gets improved. Unless and until you journal your trades, you journal the exit and the entry and exit reasons. You journal what was the thought process that you skipped the stop loss of a trade. Unless and until you journal the lesson that you learned from this week's of trading, it's not possible for you to improve your performance as a trader. Your journaling is something that will bring you consistency. Why is that? Because every time when you journal, you're giving this message to your subconscious mind that you are someone who really cares about the work that you do, and you are someone who's consistent. Journaling requires effort. You're giving this message to your subconscious mind that, yes, I'm ready to do the effort because I'm ready to work on my own self. That's important, guys. Journaling every single day, even though you had an uneventful day, even though you had a very petty day, petty day where you did not make much or lose much, but nevertheless, journaling every trade is extremely important. So these 4 steps, guys, will get you started. There's much more than we can talk about this topic. But initially, to get you started on the road to consistency and help you maintain yourself on this road, 4 steps are extremely important. The first step is your time management. How well are you managing your time? Your second step is your reflection, self-reflection. 3 questions to ask here. Who is the person what is the kind of person I want to be? Who do I want to be? Second is, how do I want my relationships to be? And third one is, what kind of trader do I want to become? What kind of output do I want from my trading activity? Those are the important 3 questions on self-reflection. Your third point here is to assess yourself. How are you doing? How are you measuring on consistency? Week after week or month after month. And your fourth point is journaling. You cannot survive as a successful trader investor without journaling your trades. It's the number one activity to help you do that, right? Guys, a very important distinction here is, which I learned from a mentor, Brendan Bushor, is your consistency creates your habits. आपकी जो habits है वो consistency से आती है, and your habits will create your breakthroughs in life. Your breakthroughs will define the peaks that you'll go to. So it all begins from consistency. चाहे अभी लगे it's इतनी छोटी सी बात है, but over the long period of time, this is what really counts, right? So that's what it is. So go, guys. The key is to have consistent action. I have these small little chit in red, which is there on my vision board from a long, long time. Consistent action. Whenever I see those words, I remember, I go back into what I was doing. That yes, consistency is the key. We all have bad days. We all have low days. It is on these days when you apply this knowledge that it really counts. So how are you applying it in time when you really need it? अच्छे दिन होते हैं जब ये motivated होते हैं. Everybody applies, everybody does the best. But when you're having a losing day, when you're feeling really low, how well you're applying it at that point of time, that's what it really defines, right? So this is it, guys. I'm super excited to see all of you be really consistent, be it trading, be it anything else. जो भी concept हम बात करते हैं pro trader talks पे, that's exclusively, of course, for traders and investors. But the beauty is that you can apply it in any area of your life and see the results. So how prepared are you to apply? That's what counts. Great. So thank you, guys. And one more thing, one more example of being consistent. Anybody can trade is our premium signature program that's happening for more than 6 years now. The beauty, the reward that's reaped out of the program is we have done that consistently from the last 5.5 years. And now, I mean, consistently means really consistent. Or approximately 5.5 years, we would have done more than 65 anybody can trade programs all over India. It could be Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, everywhere. That's consistency. I know it was difficult at the time when we just got started to get people in different cities, etc. It was all the hurdles there. But what paid the rewards is doing it consistently. We haven't done any ABCD during the lockdown since March, but I'm excited. I'm super excited. We are doing ABCD 360, which is live virtual in January. It's happening on 21st January. And yes, so this is what it is, guys. You need to register here if you want to become part of Anybody Can Trade. That's my favoriteest program because this program has everything from tools to risk to strategies to mindset. It's one program which rated 9.7 out of 10 across all the sessions we have held so far, and that's why it's our favorite programs, guys. So I hope to see you all there on ABCT 360. Great, guys. Please suggest important book regarding options marketing. I'm sorry, I am not aware of any book regarding options marketing. There are a lot of our videos on options trading on YouTube if you're enrolled. Enroll for ABCT 2021 January. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, please make good notes of all the Pro Trader Talks that you're part of. Keep visiting and revisiting them again and again. Again, consistency is all about consistently applying every single thing. We've spoken on emotions, we've spoken on confidence, courage. There's a whole lot of topics that I speak about. Please make good notes, collect them in a good place together so that you can go over them again and again. Thank you, guys, for being here. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon for the next Pro Trader Talk. Thank you, guys.